Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily, and typically I talk a lot about Salesforce. Today we are catching up with our 52 certifications in 52 weeks progress. Today we are at certification number 5. And this one is going to be the HubSpot reporting certification. I have been enjoying getting the HubSpot certifications. They are a little bit easier to get than the Salesforce ones, which helps, but I've also been wanting to branch out into other CRMs, so this one was really helpful. I also really enjoy being able to compare and contrast the different products across the 2 CRMs that I have super familiar with, which is HubSpot and Salesforce, just to understand, okay, what are the drawbacks and what are the features of each. A quick little note on how I feel like these two can coincide with one another. I feel like they are great for different life cycles of a business, where HubSpot is going to be great for the small to mid-sized business, whereas Salesforce is going to be great for the mid to enterprise level business. But this reporting certification I actually really enjoyed. I got this at the Tallahassee airport. The last one I got at the Dallas-Fort Worth airport, but I was on my way home back to Utah from visiting my sister in Florida. It was nice in January to get out of, I guess we haven't had any snow, but it was nice to get out of the cold and get into warm for a couple of days. But this certification was fairly easy, 6 hours of course. I am a 2 or 3 times speed kind of person. When I'm watching a video or when I'm listening to a video in the background, I don't like just watch videos in real time unless it's like a TV show or a movie. I don't know why I'm that way, but I know a lot of people are that way too. But this certification, I did not take 6 hours to go through all the content because of that. I'm also pretty familiar with Salesforce reporting, so it was just really understanding the quirks of HubSpot at this point and how to bring in your data. The actual certification was not proctored, so it was easy for me to get while I was waiting for an airplane in the airport with a bunch of other people. But let's jump through the various different sections of this course and I'll tell you a little bit about it. So first one was the anatomy of your CRM, just breaking down a CRM. I'm familiar with Salesforce. Multiple CRMs work very similarly. This includes HubSpot, so this one was fairly easy for me to grasp. Then it was designing compelling HubSpot dashboards, which dashboards are visual representations of your data and of your reports. And there are some quirks to HubSpot. Sometimes Salesforce has more features, sometimes HubSpot has more features, sometimes Tableau has all of the features, and sometimes Power BI has all of the features. I'm familiar with all these products. And so it's like, hey, what are the ones that are specific to HubSpot? The next section was analyzing your website traffic. This is going to be very important to HubSpot users if they fit within that segment of the small to mid-sized business. If you're getting business off your website, it's going to be very helpful. It also told us a lot about the different chunks of a URL. So what type of UTM what is a UTM and how do you use it? How do you track stuff from there? What will track and what won't track, and what the various different sources people come from are. And how to report off that, how to not monetize off that, but how to capitalize on that is what I should say. Off of that traffic and which segments of the business should we put more into based upon that. And then next was going to be identifying flywheel insights. So identifying flywheel insights, flywheel being HubSpot's model of getting customers, so introducing them to your company and how do you convert them. So that's their version of a sales process is the flywheel. And so there's some native out of the box reporting and dashboards on that, and which is nice if that's what you are looking for. It is pretty difficult to do within Salesforce without a bunch of customizations. So that was really nice to know that, like, hey, these reports that I had created and that took days of my time and weeks of my time editing and changing up, like those are just native in HubSpot. Like, wow, that's kind of life-changing. Wonder what life would have been if we had that. It was really nice to see that and how you can break down your flywheel or your sales process with both the marketing and seamlessly connect that with the sales team and see how that is progressing and how that's going along. I know that is very valuable to a lot of startup owners as well as just in general, a lot of business owners would really love to see that. So the next one is going to be measuring ROI within HubSpot. Now, ROI, especially for a small business, is going to be very important because you're going to want to know, like, hey, should I put more advertising money into, let's say, into video ads, or do we want to put more into search ads? So what would make more money if we had a whole video done about our company and all that fun stuff, and then we put it onto Google and they play it on YouTube, or if we had Google search results that were paid to put us at the top in the paid ads section? Which one is going to provide us the best ROI? Now that's, of course, incredibly important to understand, like, hey, our business, we will see more success if we put more into this segment or into this segment of advertising. I say this a lot, but the better data you have, the better decisions you can make. So if you have the data and you can visualize the data for ROI, then do it as much as you can, because that way you can make the best decisions for the company. Next is going to be unveiling insights with customer journey reports. So the customer journey being, hey, I just heard about this company. Hey, I signed up for marketing emails, to all the way to purchase, and through that life cycle of purchasing, if it's a product that needs to be subscribed to, if they are still subscribing, or if they've unsubscribed, or if it's a reoccurring product, do we see them buying it a lot? Or if it's not, are they enjoying it? Or are they telling people about it? So understanding how the whole life cycle and the whole, they call it the journey, but the whole life cycle of the customer from hearing about the company, which is really hard to track, but you can have it be on the form, to purchase and to post-purchase activities. That is very crucial and very important. You can segment those down, and then you and different sales leaders can work on understanding where we can improve as a business. Maybe we're getting bad reviews and people aren't recommending them to their friends because of a piece that has to be replaced, or something that we can improve on the product end. Or maybe it's, hey, we're not marketing to enough people in this specific segment, so let's go ahead and do that. It is very, very helpful to understand that. Next is going to be the HubSpot Custom Report Builder Deep Dive. So this section went into how do you build custom reports within HubSpot. Again, I'm very familiar with Salesforce reporting, and I wish Salesforce had a reporting certification. That would be very helpful. That is other than Tableau, but I felt like this one was helpful, but also, like, I just needed to understand what are the quirks that differentiate HubSpot from Salesforce for the purposes of the certification. Of course, I'll go in and I will go mess around with it. But all in all, that was the last section, and this was a pretty easy pickup for a certification goes. It's very similar to Salesforce, just understand the naming quirks and the different out-of-the-box reports that you have within HubSpot rather than on Salesforce's platform. But with that being said, let me know down below if you are planning on getting this certification. If you have gotten any HubSpot certifications, what certification should I do next for the 52 certifications in 52 weeks? I hope that you found this video helpful, informative, educational. I hope that it was enjoyable. You can follow along with my journey. I post closer to real time over on LinkedIn. I am actually a LinkedIn learning instructor over there as well. So if you want to follow over there, you can find me at Emily Call MBA. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what I should get next. I'll see you guys in the next one.